All right, so we're back again for another edition of what I'm playing, but I couldn't help myself. So I wanted to start working my way up the Soviet chain, and since I already had kind of a Japanese Soviet deck made, I made a Soviet Japanese deck, and we'll see how this one does. So similar concepts all around with the Shirins and the geckos, but we have a lot more planes in this one. We have the hammer in this one to take care of some units that might be giving us trouble, one Arctic convoy, but these LA5s are really good and right on curve at 4. The Yak 3s are on curve at 3, so this one is a lot lower to the ground. The I-16s make an appearance a lot more often, and I decided to go with these Claudes instead of some of the other Japanese planes. You might want to go with Hayabusas in this spot. That's up to you. Similar ideas though. And then in this one we have Blood Red Sky to kind of finish things off. This one is pretty all in though. This is a much more aggressive build of this. Winter Warfare is really good in this deck, but it does a lot of damage. This is like playing with kerosene for Winter Warfare. So let's get to some gameplay. We won't play as many as we usually do on the what I'm playing. We'll probably play 3 with this one, but I want to take this one for a spin too, and it's just another version that you might be into. So let's get to it. So our first game up here with Pink Skies is against Gunny. I know Gunny was a big discard player a while ago. We're actually going to get rid of all these. We're hoping we can hit a 33rd recon. And we do. And we got our combo with Bloody Sickle, so that's great. So good luck to Gunny. See how we do. Let's get a couple of cards off of this 33rd recon to start. Let's grab a couple more with another Bloody Sickle, which is great. Alright, so we drilled through a whole bunch of cards off the top of our deck. We have good removal orders here. And it looks like they are playing what we wanted to play against with Red Skies, but Pink Sky is going to have to get the job done here. So a Claude will make our 33rd Recon operate for free, and we'll move that into the front line. So hopefully we draw at least one more card off of our 33rd Recon. And From the People is going to hit our Claude, so that takes out a good removal order from our opponent and takes up their whole turn. So we'll take that. If they have a Bloody Sickle, alright, we get to draw cards still. Okay, great. Yeah, so we have an I-16 and a Winter Warfare. We're going to hold on to that because if our opponent's playing tokens, we want to definitely have a Winter Warfare in reserve to take those out later on. Let's get a Yak 3 down. The 5 defense on the Yak 3 is actually very, very good. The 2 power kind of stinks, but we have some things to goose that later on. We want our opponent to really commit to the board here. This is fine. Okay, so we have 4 credits available. Okay, right now we're going to just get a couple more, or we're going to get, yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 more planes onto the battlefield here, and we're going to try and induce our opponent to come into the front line with multiple units. The next turn we drop a Shirin and take out multiple units at once, which is exactly what's going to happen here. So, well, we only have 5 credits, so, Alright, we can still take out multiples at once though, so let's get our bombing raid and take out the Cossacks, the engineer, or the pioneers, and the light infantry. Let's get our next one in at the pioneers, and then let's pass the turn because we're going to run out of credits. So they got a T-34, which is very good. Alright, so our opponent's at 19 right now. So, frankly, they can have another card from their T-34. And we want to get an attack in and soften up that HQ because we drew our Patriotic Firestorm. So if they go after our HQ next turn, we might be able to win. Okay, so they have the caddy, and it always seems like the caddy always gets me every time. So they burn a close combat on us there. So we can't win this turn. We can take out what our opponent's up to though. Blood Red Sky could have used that before. That's okay. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna take out the caddy for sure. And we'll take out the regiment. And we're going to get in and get a couple more damage on the opposing HQ. And we're going to pass the turn. So right now we got our Blood Red Sky. We just want to draw some more Russian or Soviet planes. Alright, that's a little bit of a pain. The caddy always gets that extra point in. Alright, good. They can have an extra card, that's no problem. Because right now, I think what we're going to do, we don't actually, well, let's get an attack at the HQ in. And then we can actually play the Winter Warfare and scoop up all those units without hurting our own Sheerins. And let's see, let's put one out there. Maybe it can soak up a removal order. Or, I mean, our opponent's playing a lot of 1 toughness, or 1 defense. And right now, we really need some, well, play another Sheeran and get rid of the T-34. More important to get rid of that. And then let's go with an attack on this infantry. And we really need some Soviet planes here, and they pass the turn. Wow, I wonder if that was a mistake. Let's see. So let's see. They make each of these 3-4 bombers, so that'd be 6 damage. So right now we would just need to keep poking away. Right now we really need our Soviet planes. We have all kinds of them in this deck. They're bloody sickling their own units though, so that's very good for us. Great. Hopefully, fingers crossed they have one more. Okay. Finally. So we'll just drop our I-16 and we're going to use our hammer because, let's see, that'd be 3, that'd drop us to 6 credits. Yep, because we don't mind that they're drawing off the T-34 here, because their HQ is going to be down to 1 point after this attack. So we're going to get in with our Sharons, and our opponent needs to be able to clear all of our planes off the battlefield here. So Tactical Strike gets 1. Tactical Strike gets another. And fingers crossed. Red Banner. Alright, so they're looking for something here. They get a Stug. Stug shouldn't be able to move though. And a 554th. And whew, we got there. So let's play out our cards here. Blood Red Sky. And get in and take out the opponent's HQ. So little dicey there with that one, but the planes come through, and we get through with a win with pink skies this time. So we'll be back with another one just a second. Alright, back for another one here against Dut Misters, who we've played in the past. Very good player. I think we're going to throw this Arctic Convoy. We're playing against a British player. Yeah, let's throw that Arctic convoy back and see what else we get. Okay, so we get an LA5, which is pretty good, which we wanted to see last game. We won that one by the skin of our teeth. So 33rd Recon down. All right, and then a Swordfish for our opponent. Let's get our Claude out there and move our 33rd Recon up to the front line. And that little maneuver, the Claude and moving the 33rd Recon, is actually a pretty good little trick that this deck can do that not a lot of other decks can do. So right here, let's see. I'm tempted to do just attacks on this Swordfish, which, yes, that's what we're going to do, because Swordfish can get out of hand if you just let them sit there, and we can clear a unit off the battlefield, and we get the turn pass right back to, like, snap back turn to us. So let's get two I-16s down, and we're asking a lot of questions here. Let's see if our opponent has any answers. And sorry, Bob, if you can hear it in the background, that's the laundry in the dryer right now. So Dutmisters in the tank, thinking it over. All right, that doesn't hurt us that much. A Black Watch does not bother us that much. Winter Warfare, that's fine. It does have guard, which is a little bit of a pain, but we can take it out actually and get to draw a card. So let's bomb it with From the People and then poke it with the 33rd, get it out of the way, pick up another From the People, and let's get a strafing run in. And at this point, we want to start drawing more and more cards per turn. The 33rd Recon being out there is very helpful. Okay, good, 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 good. That's what we want to see. Arctic Convoy is perfect. We want to get some more attacks in, so let's get our LA5 out there. Let's attack with our other I-16. We got them down to 14 on their HQ, so hopefully we don't run into too many big guard units here. So, okay. The bomber's fine. The skua, that's fine. Mosquito attack, also okay. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Alright, so let's put our Yak 3 out there. Let's take out the Mosquito. And we're also going to take out the skua. Well, I guess we can't. That was a mistake. Little bit of a punt there, but it does make it so it has to go through our ambush fighter, which is a big deal. So, not a total punt, just a mini punt there. So if we can get to next turn without a guard unit out there, we're feeling pretty confident. So Dutmisters thinking it over. See if they have another skua, or I usually see artillery a lot for British players nowadays, so we'll see what they have. If we get the turn, you can always pass the turn back. We don't mind. So let's see if maybe they're playing countermeasure here. British have a lot of countermeasures. Still thinking it over. Alright, they drop another Black Watch down, which does bother our hand a little bit more than we would like. Alright, and a cup of tea on it as well. Okay. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to drop our Blood Red Sky anyway. We're going to take out the Black Watch with our LA5. We're going to take out, or we're going to go after the HQ with our Yak 3. And we have our opponent down to 10 already, so we have lethal damage on the battlefield unless they have something very good. So they have a precision bombing. They use that against our Yak 3. Now they can come... Oh, 2 precision bombings. Wow. And then they can take out our Claude as well. So we draw another Yak 3. That's good. But what we're actually... Well, that takes 5. Since our Winter Warfare is more expensive now, that's the trouble. Let's see. I think we're going to go with a Gecko and a Yak 3. And our pass a turn back. See what our opponent does. They're afraid of our Yak 3s because they have ambush. And the Skua right now can't get through that. So they might have another cup of tea, or maybe they were on a commandos deck and they just haven't really drawn any commandos just yet. And what we're going to want to do is we're definitely going to want to get this game over with quickly before the commandos can take it over. We can deal with the commandos, but we want to get this one over before they take it over. Okay, so a lightning puts a Yak 3 back in our hand. And another Skua. Okay. We draw another Gecko, though. Not a lot to spend our bloody sickle on. That's kind of a pain. Alright. Well, let's get our... Alright, let's get our Yak 3 out there. And then we're going to play... I think we're actually... Well... We're actually going to play our expensive Arctic Convoy. Okay. Okay, that doesn't hurt us, because our Gecko is probably going to be going down this turn. And then if we can damage their planes here a little bit and go Gecko into a Winter Warfare and sweep them up, that'd be helpful. So down goes the Gecko. Panzer IV. Alright. Okay. So let's go... Let's see. Let's go with the Gecko to start, and then we're going to bloody sickle the Panzer. Okay. We just gotta be careful here, because we are in potential of losing next turn, because they have 11 or 9, 14 damage on the battlefield right now. So we actually should take this opportunity and clear some of that off. So we get a nice 2-for-1 there. And we have, let's see, they have 8 still on the battlefield in terms of damage. So we're a little bit behind here. And Albacore takes out our Gecko probably. Or does it not? Is the Albacore... Oh, it can only do that to a ground unit. Okay, well, they use a precision bombing. And they're going to come in, they're going to hit our HQ for that 8. So, we needed a sweeper right there. We really needed a sweeper right there. Because I believe we lose the game now. So we play our Gecko, we play our Yak 3, we play our Yak 3, and we lose the game. Which, that stinks. We are 1 card away. 1 card away again. So they play MI5. All this is just window dressing. Just a little bit of fancy play syndrome from Dutmisters here. Get in there with the Panzer and finish this one off so we drop to 1-1. That's disappointing. I mean, we needed a sweeper off the top. Didn't get it. That's how it goes. On to the next one. Alright, so we're up against So Young, So Naive. All these we do not want to see right now, so we'll throw them all back. We get a bloody sickle, but not much beyond that, so we'll pass the turn. Up against So Young, So Naive, who's playing a Japanese deck here, so we'll see what we're up against. Okay, they have a 33rd Recon. Good play by them. We'll get our I-16 out there. Hold on to our bloody sickle, just in case they are playing something with 1 defense units. So they'll put 2 Type 93s out there, and that's actually a great card for us to see, because we're going to ping 1 with a bloody sickle, hopefully draw another bloody sickle. Alright, we get a blood red sky, not the best, but we'll strafe the other one with our I-16 to get rid of it, and drop that 33rd Recon back down. So an Akita Regiment. So let's see. Let's take out the 33rd Recon. They get to draw off of it still. And let's take out the Akita Regiment with our I-16, which we take a ping on our HQ from, but that's okay. Keep that battlefield clear until our planes can really dominate it. So, definitely more an aggressive build here. That's okay. Alright, let's take out... let's see. Let's wait on that. Let's use our bloody sickle for the Akita first. Alright, and a winter warfare will help. Let's take out the tank with the hammer. Pass a turn. A lot of spot removal here. We do have one of our sweepers in hand though, so that's helpful. This one isn't as sweeper heavy. And another T-35 coming in there. That really hurts because now we're falling behind a little bit. Alright, let's get a couple of planes out there. Keep coming in with a T-35, which we're definitely going to have to take out next turn. Deadly Duty, we'll get a couple more points of damage in, so we're in burn danger range here. Hayabusa is going to be tough. Our opponent's looking really good right here. Can they beat us next turn? Yes, definitely can beat us next turn. So we have to take out this tank. Get our... Well, can we win next turn, I guess is the question. So that'll... Let's see, that'll be 5, 9... Okay. Can we win next turn? 5, and then this will be 9, so that's 14. So yes, we can win next turn, but we have to get the HQ down. So let's see if our opponent has it here. If they can get in with the Hayabusa, gets us down to 3, and an air blitz. So that stinks. Burn kills us again. So that's a little tilting right there. That's a little disappointing. You know, most of our games with this so far have been right on the brink. Like we're winning next turn. So let's try a couple more. We'll give you guys all 5. Why not? So our next one up here against Raf C. Ken, who's Antwerp Forever in our regular stream. So we'll see how we do here. We actually we want to throw most of these back. We'll keep the From the Peoples. Hopefully we okay. So that's pretty good. We'll definitely take the I-15. See how we do here. Pass the turn right back after we draw Bloody Sickle. They're on a Soviet deck of some kind. So see how we do this time. We've been coming up just short on some of these so far. Burn's tough. Burn's tough to get through, so we'll see how we do. They have an I-15 as well, so let's put out our own I-15 and pass the turn back. We got plenty of backup for our I-15 though, so we'll see what our opponent has. Alright, so they attack ours. They have a gunship mission for it, so we get to get the first attack in with our own I-15, so that's good. Should we take out... Well, we don't really care about the I-15. We get the first attack with our I-16, so we can race that. So yeah, let's do that. Pass the turn back. And then we start bringing online some bigger planes here in just a second. So they have the big bomber, the A-20B. Interesting play. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get in with another I-16 attack, and we're going to drop another I-16 on the battlefield and see what happens. Because I'm wondering if they're just going to try and charge through this one. Okay, or a gunship mission. So they must be playing some American build with this. So that just tells us what we got to do next turn. Okay. So let's see. Let's take out... Oh, hang on. Let's get our LA-5 down there and see if they can deal with that to start. We have plenty good cards in hand here. Lots of these from the peoples. So we take out the bomber. And we take out the I-15. They'll have an I-16 now. And they have it guarded, but that's okay, because we're just going to shoot it down with a from the people. And let's get a Yak 3 out there. And let's ping the 84th Infantry Regiment they played with a Bloody Sickle. Let's ping it again, because that gets it into the hammer range. And we have 2 backup planes in hand now, so we gotta like that. Alright, so a B-25 out there. They hit our HQ with it, so that's kind of a stinky, but let's see. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to take out this B-25. And then we're going to play a Claude onto the battlefield to make our Yak easier to operate, and we're going to strafe the 84th Infantry. Alright, so a T-34 comes down, and a from the people takes out our Claude. Alright, so we're going to hammer that T-34, play another Yak 3, and get another strafing run on that 84th Infantry Regiment. And a turn. Alright, so 13th Rifles, and then the Ural factories that away. And they get their own Yak. And another guard unit in the 2nd Motor Rifles for our opponent. Let's get our... Let's see here. Let's get our I-16 down. Play our Blood Red Skies. Let's take out the 84th. Then we'll take out the motor rifles. Still have 2 pretty healthy Yak 3s over here. End the turn. They're down to 2 cards in hand, now 3. So you have another 84th Rifles. Or 84th Regiment. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do... Nah, we don't really need to use our Arctic Convoy here. Let's use our I-16 and our Yak. Let's drop our Claude on the battlefield, make our other Yak cheaper to operate, and get in for 4 at their HQ. And if we're going to race, I'm feeling pretty confident here. They're down to 2 cards in hand. And let's see if they have something that can take out all of our planes. This Yak 3 that they have is not part of their plan. They got that off of Ural factories. Okay, so that's very good. That's what we want to see here. So 4, 8, and 7 is 15 damage. So hopefully they don't have something that stops an air defense. So that happens. We can put our let's see, 2, 4. Okay, so let's drop our Arctic convoy here, pick up some cards. Let's get our attacks in now. And we put them in a similar position. They have to be able to essentially sweep all of our units away. So they Bloody Sickle our 33rd Recon, which is great. Alright, a Tu-34, and they hammer our 33rd, but we get to draw another card, and then a naval bombardment, and then they surrender. So that time, we're playing against a Ural Factories deck, and we kind of were in it throughout. We had to play smart, though, had to get through some things. I don't know why that was so hard to say. But up to 2 and 2, feeling a little bit better now. Still a little tilted by that burn. Burn can be a little tilting, for sure. It's part of the game, though, and there's definitely remedies that you can play with this kind of deck, long-range recon being first and foremost on the list. So, you know, there's opportunities to play around those kind of decks, but we're getting right back after it here. Up against Gunny again. They're playing a British deck, so they played British-German Tempo last time we played, so get rid of these geckos, get rid of this Blood Red Sky, keep it from the people. Okay, good. We have a good hand to start here. See if we can fight through all those panzers. We kind of got to get underneath them, which we can do with this deck. Okay, commandos it is. Alright, let's get our I-16 down. And we'll take out these commandos next turn. Alright. They go after our 33rd Recon, and they ping our HQ. That's fine. I'm tempted to just drop another, or to drop a Yak out here and chew up some commando damage, which I'm actually going to do. Okay, HMS Illustrious, another point of damage. Cup of tea is fine. Okay. Alright, let's start getting some attacks on the, well, okay, get rid of the commandos with from the people. And then let's strafe the opponent's HQ. Pass the turn back. Alright, so we lose our I-16. Another cup of tea. Doesn't really bother us too much without opposing commandos out there. So let's see. We're actually going to get an LA5 down. Pass a turn. So let's see if our opponent... Okay, so a naval power back in LA5. And they pass the turn themselves. So that's good. Let's see. Let's get the LA5. No. Let's go with a Sheridan instead, or Sheridan. And we're going to from the people one of the swordfish to get rid of it. And pass the turn back. They're down to 4 cards in hand, which we like to see here. We're starting to get into the Panzer range, so a Desert Rats comes in, and then a Hind comes down, but they don't have the credits to operate it right now, so, Alright, so we have 7 credits, huh? Okay. Gotta figure the Hind's probably gonna go after our Sheeran. So let's get an LA5 and an I-16 out there. Pass the turn back. Alright, so they get a black watch down. Doesn't hurt us that bad. Next turn we can drop the hammer on it. Alright, so they go after our yak. Okay, so let's use our hammer on the black watch. And then I think we're going to get in for 7 damage here on the opponent's HQ. They're still at 2, now 3 cards in hand. So last rites, so they shuffle 8 kamikazes into their deck. They don't draw any of those just yet. They attack again with a hind. Alright, and then they damage. Okay. So, perfect top deck there. Patriotic Storm's going to win us the game here unless they have an Ultra. So, let's play our Patriotic Storm. And, well, I guess it doesn't win us the game outright, but it puts our opponent in a really tough spot. Put another LA5 out there. I'll pass the turn back. So they have to sweep our board right here, which they might be able to do. Nope, they don't. They drop a Comet instead. Our LA5 lives, and we win this one. So, little bit better there. Played Gunny twice, and they didn't really tempo us out that time. So, that ended up working out. We get the win, and this time we finish with a healthy 3-2, and we'll be back for the wrap-up. Hey everybody, back to wrap up Pink Skies here. So you kind of got a 2-for-1 this week with another deck tech, so to speak. This one's similar to the Red Skies. You know, might be able to make some improvements at certain points here. I think another I-15 would be really good in this deck. Maybe a little bit more card draw, maybe a Deadly Duty to go with the I-15. Maybe I think we have a Kota Bushido in here. If we don't, that might be also another good improvement to make to this deck. But that's kind of the inverse of Red Skies. We call Pink Skies because you don't have as many sweepers in this one. It's more spot removal and then like a bombing raid and some of those winter warfares. So maybe you want to put like a naval operations or a Tora into this version of the deck. The hammer's really good point removal, but when you need to get rid of a lot of things at once, sometimes it struggles. But we finished 3-2. We were really only 1 turn away from a 4-1 with this one, and that was kind of the theme of tonight, so to speak. You know, we finished 5-5 overall, but we were only like 1 turn away from picking up 3 extra wins, which would have put us what, like 8-4 for the night, or 8-4, 8-2 for the night, and we were only 1 turn away for each of those. So these might not be the tier 1 best competitive decks of all time, but they are competitive enough that they can keep you in the game. And with some slight tweaks and improvements, and once you play them enough and get your play style out of them, they can really be pretty good, I think. But that's Red Skies and Pink Skies for this week. Thanks for hanging out. Please support us on Patreon, or patreon.com/cardspodcast. Listen to the podcast every Friday. Come and hang out with us on the stream Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And hopefully we will see you on the battlefield. But thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you next week.